And then you said that you moved into the Hallmark area of
Yes.
Fort Worth. If I were looking at a map, where is that
The
located?
Hallmark area is now 35 South exit, and the exit is Alta Mesa.
Okay.
Before they changed it to Alta Mesa, before they made Alta Mesa go all the way through, it used to be Highland Terrace.
Okay.
The Highland Terrace exit.
Okay. And can you kind of describe what that neighborhood looked like?
That neighborhood was all brick homes. It was, and there was a couple of blocks. It was a new subdivision, just a new, where they had the homes custom built. So my dad got to pick out his home, his home that he wanted to be built. And we, were raised in a all mainly Anglo-American and in a brick homes, central heat and air, central heat and air. So that's kind of how I grew up. And there were two Hispanic when I went to St. Mary's, and then once they took me out of St. Mary's to put me into school there, Eray, it was mainly Anglo and a few, African Americans and couple other Hispanics, but there were not that many of us.
You could in that neighborhood.
Yes.
Did you, when you started going to school, did you ever feel any kind of tensions between the groups? Or?
No, never really any tensions. Sometimes I would get that, that you're a wetback or something, and
did they call you racial slurs?
Yeah, some days, and I was a tomboy, so my dad always told me to stand up, and I would get in my fight, not in school though. He'd tell me, don't fight in school, just wait for them down the street, and there were boys, so I was that tomboy that don't mess with me. So
and these were white kids that were calling you?
Yeah, white kids, and then after I took care of them, we were friends. I was a cool kid. Yeah, I let them know. I had to stand my ground.
Yeah.
So.
What about with teachers? Was there any kind of tension there?
I think you could feel sometimes. I always felt sometimes that, I was Hispanic and coming out too. Also from a Catholic school of mainly Hispanics, I sometimes felt that tension, like and being with nuns, and it was different. It really was. Now that I think about it, I never really thought about it until you asked me now. But I kind of always had to work a little bit harder. Work a little bit harder.
And so these were white nuns that were your teachers? Or?
When I was in St. Mary's, there were Hispanic nuns, and one of my most memorable ones, her name was Sister Adelaide. She was even my daughter's teacher when she went to Catholic school. So.
What made her so wonderful?
She was loving. She was just loving and loved the kids and just loved. Never met a stranger. It's just like one of those persons that would just give you a hug right off the bat, meeting you, and just was so loving and caring. She loved us all like we were all her own children.